All right, we now welcome on another special guest to the show today. He just signed with CD Leganes over in the Spanish second league right now. They're currently sitting out fourth. Is Kaleem Shabout. Thanks for joining us today, Kaleem.
Of course, thank you for having me.
All right, before we jump into it, we're going to do a couple quick hitting questions. Just like 1 or 2 word or answer as quick as you can. Are you ready? We're going to go rapid fire.
Oh, that sounds good.
All right, chocolate chip or blueberry muffin?
Chocolate chip,
Regular chocolate or strawberry milk?
regular,
Who's your favorite club growing up?
Liverpool,
Favorite player growing up?
Stevie G,
Of course. Who wins in a fight to the death, you or a bald eagle?
me, easy, no chance.
Nickelodeon, Disney, or Cartoon Network?
Disney,
What's your favorite type of music?
probably like pop music,
Favorite artist?
Khaled, Khalid.
All right. You have one song to play in the locker room for the game to hype up your team. What are you throwing on?
Hot.
Okay. If I give you 1 hour to make your best dish, what are you going to make me?
My mom's chicken curry and rice.
Love it. All right, that's all I got.
Dude, how would you defend yourself against a bald eagle?
Dude, I'm
my
telling
hands.
you, people undervalue bald eagle's attack. Those talons are pretty mean.
Hey, they might hit me first and they might scratch me up, but they're not gonna kill me.
It'd be tough.
I was asked it. I had an interview yesterday, and I was asked in it for like a job interview, and they asked me what animal I wanted to be, and I said a bald eagle. So,
What was your reasoning?
because I want to fly, I want to be able to fly, and bald
Yeah.
eagles are just like a cool animal. I don't know.
True American.
Yeah, I mean, I actually wasn't even thinking about
That's
that.
the
I
most
was-
American answer ever.
Well, actually, I didn't say bald eagle. I said some type of eagle because I would want to be able to fly.
Bald eagles are tough though.
Yeah. And then actually another question that they asked me was if you had 1 hour to make your best like dish, lunch, or dinner.
Oh, you stole that?
Yeah, I stole that. So like that wasn't original, but I said some type of pasta.
It's easy.
Because I feel like it's
Hard to mess that up.
We got an hour.
Yeah, I know. I do have an hour. But
Yeah, you could do better.
yeah. Well, I said I would make the this homemade vodka sauce, which takes like a bit to make. So
All right, that's fair.
so that's that's better.
All right, so you are American, but you are also have Canadian and Iraqi. You're able to represent those national teams, but were you born and raised in Texas?
Yeah, born and raised in Irving, in Dallas, Texas.
Gotcha. And you played for Solar was that your whole youth career, or did you move
Not
around
my
at
whole
all?
youth career, but for the majority of it, I played for Solar, and I also played for a team called Andromeda. They merged with Solar, so
Mhm.
I ended
So
up at
wait,
Solar in the end.
Can you kind of take us through your career a bit so far? So like, yeah, we know like your youth career, then went over to UNC, but like UNC Asheville, like, can you just run us through that real quick for people who might not know?
For sure. So I was playing DA for Solar, and then just DA wasn't really my thing, and it wasn't going too smooth for me. So I switched to like a regular team that played in regional league and like national league.
Same, bro.
Same team, Solar, and so I just ended up going to UNC Asheville, D1 school. Thought it was really good for me. Got there, college soccer. You guys probably know it's decent soccer, but sometimes it's not the best to get you where you want to go. So I had to look for other options and slowly made my way here. I was playing UPSL at home, and there was a coach that saw me and kind of gave me the opportunity to come here. So that's how I ended up here.
So you are from the Dallas area, but you never played for FC Dallas. Do you feel like they kind of overlooked you in a sense?
Kind of in a way, but at the same time, I never really put the effort in to go to FC Dallas.
Interesting.
Because in order to play for FC Dallas, you had to like leave your school and leave everything in order to go. Like they were like a boarding kind of school, not necessarily, but like you had to go to their Lone Star school or whatever, and then you'd leave at 2 p.m. and go to school. So I was kind of set like in my life at where I was, and I didn't really want to switch everything. Looking back on it, I think it would have helped me a little bit, but in the end, I'm here. So
Right. Yeah,
It is what it is.
you still got to where you are right now without it. So it
Exactly.
just shows there's different paths for everybody. You don't need to follow that
Yeah.
same route.
So many different paths.
Yeah, wait, and then I saw some I was doing a little research, looking at your Twitter, I
Was
saw
stalking.
yeah, I saw Coastal Carolina had tweeted a video. Did you transfer there at all, or were you thinking about transferring there?
No, I did transfer there. So after my first semester at UNC Asheville, I wanted a bigger challenge, like a bigger D1 school. So I transferred to Coastal Carolina. It was like top 30, really good school, but COVID cut it short. And while I was home from COVID, I was playing UPSL, which is when I kind of got this opportunity to come make my way here.
So was it a scout that saw you, or you said one of your coaches from that UPSL team had a connection to
Yeah, he was a
Spain?
coach. He was a coach there, and he was like in the process of making some sort of company that could bring players here. So I'm kind of like their guinea pig and their first one. And he brought me here, tried out, made it. So did pretty well for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So like now being over in Spain, how long have you been there? Like how recent was your move?
I've been here a month and a half,
Month and a
but the
half.
first week and a half it was snowing, so I didn't even train at all. So I trained extremely hard, like to get ready to come here, and then I had a week and a half just sitting in my hotel. So I was like kind of nervous going into my trials, but I didn't rent. I bought a ball and went underneath like a bridge where there was no snow, and just started kicking the ball against the wall. And I trained a little bit on my own. But,
Are
yeah,
you
so
in
I've
a
been here.
hotel right now, or do you have like your own place there?
I stay in the Leganes residency. So there's 6 players that live here in this one, and then there's also one more residency. But yeah, this is our family room. You can see all the clothes are hanging, drying behind me.
Nice.
Yeah, wait, and I thought I saw something about there being like 6 other Americans or
Yeah, there's a
7 other
ton.
Americans.
Yeah, there's. I don't know. He's not my agent, but there's some agent that has a really good connection with Leganes. So a lot of Americans he brings here.
Nice. Have you like assimilated with them already, or like is it how's
Kind
that
of.
been?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's easier for me to speak English than it is for me to speak Spanish. So I speak with them in English. But majority of them, even though we're American, we're not actually American. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I'm Kaleem Shabout. It's not very American a name. There's Marcelo Ibarra, and then there's Salvador. None of us are like true Americans.
How's your Spanish? You speak good Spanish?
Yeah, I studied in school for 6 years, so I speak pretty good Spanish. But Spanish here, compared to Spanish I learned in Texas, like I learned like South American Spanish, and I came here to speak like Spanish, like Spaniard Spanish. They speak weird and they speak fast.
They speak really fast and for long
Yeah.
periods of time too.
hmm
It's
Yeah, but
tough to
as
keep
long as
up.
you know the word vale, you could just like no matter what they say, you could just be like vale, vale, vale.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I don't know what half the people say to me sometimes, but if you say vale, it seems like you know what they're saying, and you'll be good.
That's good. At least you have like a little bit of a head start on your Spanish. I'm sure you have a good base.
Yeah,
You'll pick it up pretty quickly.
for sure.
Which is
Even
good.
just being here a little bit, I picked up a lot. So
Yeah, that's awesome. So which team are you with over there?
I'm with
Which
CD
age group?
Leganes U21, or
Okay.
yeah, U21, which is considered their C team. It's like the C team of Leganes, so we're called CD Leganes C.
Okay. Interesting.
Ooh, is that the same level that Imperato is?
No, he was U19. That's like juvenile A or whatever.
Okay,
Well,
I thought he was
uh,
C level. I don't know.
Or maybe he moved up. Maybe he did move up.
Yeah, one of our previous guests, Jack Imperato, he played. He currently plays for Villarreal, there
Okay.
in their youth system, and he's another American. So cool.
So many
Um,
Americans
There is a lot. Yeah.
making
Now
their way this way.
Yunus Musa, hopefully American. I mean, he is
Yeah,
American, but hopefully he chooses America.
chooses American. Yeah, good
Yeah,
player.
really good player. We want to have him on really bad, so we're trying to make that happen. Hopefully one day. Hopefully.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Big names.
Well, with you yourself, you said I saw you're eligible for the U.S., Iraq, and Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know your dad played for the Iraqi national team. Like, is there anything like that would sway you one way or another? Like, or have you made your mind up, or is it just like a matter of time now?
It's a matter of time, the matter of who gives me the opportunity, who believes in me. Yeah. I've been able I've been able to get in front of the public, like the American public and the Iraqi public, but I'm still struggling for the Canadian one. So we'll see which one. There's a lot of good Americans, so in my like opinion at the moment, I think my most feasible one is the Iraqi one. So
Have you been with them at the youth level at all, or any of them at the youth level?
nope, none of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are there any? I'm trying to think of. So your dad played for the Iraqi national team. Was he?
He
Did
played
he
for the
play
youth
in Europe?
national team.
The youth national
No,
team.
no,
Okay.
he didn't play in Europe. No.
Okay.
He made his way like after there was a war in Iraq, so he made his way to the United States, and he made his way down to Dallas eventually. And he was trying to play pro, but he tore his hamstring, and it's kind of shows work.
Yeah. I'm nursing an injury right now myself. So, I mean, I was telling Kaleem earlier.
Is it broken? You see a doctor?
No, I haven't yet.
You should probably see a doctor.
Yeah. For
Check that
everybody
out.
listening, I hurt my ankle. Playing basketball might be broken. I don't know yet. It was pretty swollen, but knock on wood, hopefully it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good.
So I guess, okay, we can back up. I know, so at UNC Asheville, you came in as a freshman and as a center back. According to their website, you appeared in 16 matches and you finished second on team in minutes as a freshman. For a position like center back, I feel like that's typically not a role where that like
They just throw people in.
So like, what was that process like? Did you have to, was it like, or in terms of winning that position, what was that like when you came in? Was the position open, or how did you perform in preseason?
There was a position like open potentially, but there was also someone older than me that played the position. But coming into preseason, I was actually injured. I had like plantar fasciitis, so I had to sit out the first 2 weeks. So I felt like I was behind, and I was like, I'm probably not going to get to start like beginning of the season. But my second 2 weeks of preseason, right before our first like friendly, I played really well and kind of broke my way into the starting lineup and broke my way into like being trusted and played really well. I got man of the match my first game, so I was really happy. Even though we lost, I still played well, and just kind of took off from there. Started playing every minute of every game.
Yeah, I watched your highlights on YouTube, and you were just kind of like bullying everybody. So even as a freshman, looked too good for the level.
A lot of people doubted me too, though, because I was skinny, or I am skinny and tall. But once I was on the field, and then like they saw what I could do, that's when it changed, I think. So my team trusted me, but the other teams looked at me as maybe someone to target. But sucks for them.
Yeah. So, what do you think your biggest strength is as a center back, or just a player in general?
I'd say that my two, if I can give you two, my two are probably like my aerial duels. I'm really tall, so I can win the headers. And also, when I was younger, I always wanted to be like Stevie G, my favorite player. So I was a center mid, and I would always do like futsal and like things to work on my feet, like my what do you say, like your skills. So I'm not like your typical center back. I'm more of like a playing out of the back center back, and I like to keep the ball rather than like your typical like send it forward center back.
So center mid that converted back to being a center back.
I was always a center mid, and then I grew 50 feet, and I got stuck at center back.
Yeah, they're like, you're going back there now.
Yeah, back of the line.
Yeah,
I feel like that's how it is. Nobody grows up and is like, I want to be a defender. Just kind of like you start at the top and then you gradually work your way back down as you go up the level. And I also, obviously, if you're tall, that's kind of like how it is with goalies too. I think you kind of just get thrown in there. It's like the younger brother thing. That's what Chitaru Odunze said. It was the younger brother, so they just kind of, his older brothers threw him in goal, and he also is 6'8", so it's kind of like that's your calling if you're that tall.
You have no choice.
Yeah.
A lot of players, when I first came to try out here, they thought I was a goalkeeper just because I'm tall, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like Spanish people, like generally speaking, are not the tallest, right?
No,
not at all.
Definitely not.
So, but okay, so being like a center mid, you probably then like scoring goals. Do you still make your way up the field to? I mean, obviously you're tall. Like set pieces, like is that?
Yeah, set pieces is like one of my, I think it's a specialty, I guess you could say. I go up for set pieces and try to win the headers. Yeah.
And you said that you were skinny. Do they have you in the gym trying to have you bulk up a little bit and put on a little bit of mass?
because of COVID, the gym is closed, like the Leganes gym. But I do have a gym, like a 5-minute walk. I go every day after practice.
Gotcha.
And trying to put on weight. So far, I've
Yeah.
put on a little bit, but still got a lot to go.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm 180 right now, trying to get to 190. So
Are you guys in the middle of a season right now? Right?
yeah,
Like
we are
you're
in the
having-
middle. We just had a game earlier today. I couldn't play because I don't have my visa yet, but we won 1-0. So it was a good game.
Nice.
So then what's the process of like getting your visa? Like how you said you've been over there for a month and a half now. Why haven't you been able to get that?
I only signed a week ago, so
Oh yeah, duh.
my process only started from a week ago,
Yeah.
and I have, especially with COVID, I don't know how long my visa will take, but I'm pretty sure it'll be within the next month, or at least I
Yeah.
hope it will.
The
There's one kid,
bureaucracy.
one kid waited 3 months for his visa, so I'm hoping
Wow.
that's not me.
So has the coaching staff given you any feedback from training on what they like and what they think you need to improve on to start making an impact in playing once you do get cleared to play?
Yeah, I got like from my trial, they gave me like a assessment, and a lot of the things that they said I was good at were like aerial balls, playing out of the back, staying calm on the ball, physicality, and some of the things that I agree and that they said that I need to work on are my tactical awareness. Spanish football is quite different than any football I've ever played. You like, let's say you win the ball in the attacking third, you come back to your third and you play the ball so you can shift the defense and then you go forward. So there's a lot of like mental stuff I have to get accustomed to and learn. They said I need to work on my weak foot, so my left foot. And what else? Yeah, they gave me a few things to work on, but they gave me 4 out of 5 stars, so it's pretty good.
That is good. Do you feel like you're starting to learn the tactical side of it, or will it take a while to kind of adjust? Because I'm sure it's quite different than playing National League and Regional League and stuff in the States.
Yeah, 100%. It's completely different. But my coach has said that I've come a long way since I've been here. And in the past 2 friendlies, I've started and played 90 minutes. So I've been doing pretty well for myself.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, also too, you said you're taking classes right now. Like what outside of classes in soccer, what are you doing to like fill up your free time while you're in Spain?
Soccer, the gym, and Madrid isn't too far. I live in Leganes, which is like part of Madrid, is part of like the state of Madrid, I guess you could say. So if I take Renfe, which is like the train, I'll get to Madrid in like 30 minutes, like the center of Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
And in the center of Madrid, it's like any other big city, is endless things to do.
Yeah, yeah. How's it like in this? Like how is there a lot to do there, or is it like, oh, you should probably go to Madrid if you're looking for things to do?
Leganes is one city out of Madrid, so there's a decent amount to do. And where I live is like central downtown Leganes. We live in like if you look out my window, it's like tons of people, tons of restaurants. It's quite loud at night, but yeah, there's stuff to do here. But after I've been here for a month now, the stuff to do in Leganes will just repeat. Whereas if I go to Madrid, there's so much more I can do.
And do you hang out with the other Americans there outside of soccer, like in your free time? And also, are any of them on your team, or like what's the age distribution like with them?
Yeah, there are. I want to say there's 4 of them on my team, and one of them is my roommate. He lives with me, Marcelo Ibarra. And then I hang out with the other ones in soccer, but other than soccer, they live in Madrid, and I live in Leganes. So it's kind of, if we were to hang out, we'd hang out in Madrid, I guess. But I've only been here a month, so
Yeah,
month and a half. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So that means that like 10 to 20% of your team is American or something like that. That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, what is it? Like 4 and me, 5 out of like 30. So decent amount. Yeah.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah,
But
over
I
in
think
Spain too. Like
all of us have dual citizenship though.
So were
We're all-
they like raised in Spain, or were they raised in the US? Most of them.
Some of them were raised in like other countries besides the US or Spain. And then
Okay.
just moved to the US and then moved here. So,
Gotcha.
like there's one from Mexico. There's one that has a German passport. There's one that has a Peruvian passport. And yeah.
Yeah. What in terms of, so you've been there a month and a half and you've had your contract for like a week and a half now. Culturally, like what has been the biggest adjustment for you compared to being back home in the US?
I say siesta time. It just blows my mind. Like from 2 or maybe earlier. Let's say like 1 to 5. If you go outside, it's dead. Like all the stores are closed and nobody's out. Like people just sleep. So like a restaurant will open at like they open pretty late. So open at 10, they'll close at 1, and then they'll reopen at 5 till 9. It's like they barely have any working time.
Yeah. That is
But-
weird. That
Nice.
is super weird.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
it's like-
thought it was like a little bit of a myth when I came here, but it's true. Like you go outside and it feels like a war zone. Like no one's out there, just you.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Do they eat dinner like super late? Like, don't they eat dinner at like 9 p.m.?
Yeah. I don't necessarily know like 9 p.m., but they do eat dinner much later than we do in the States.
Have you
my
been
dinner
following
here-
that?
My dinner here is at 8, so
Hmm.
it's decently late, but not too late.
I eat dinner at like 5 because I just get hungry so early.
Yeah.
That probably is a big adjustment then. So wait, then what time are you practicing?
Practice every morning at 8:30.
Just mornings?
Yeah.
Damn.
Morning, 8:30 to like 11-ish, and then straight to the gym. Then we have lunch, then we have siesta, then I have class, and then I have dinner and go to bed. Then it repeats
Yeah.
the next day.
What are your classes? Is it Spanish classes or is it school? Like
I
regular
was
school?
taking 4 classes, but then I dropped 1 because sorry.
No, you're good.
I dropped 2 because of being here. So now I'm just taking Spanish class and I'm taking business marketing class.
Interesting. So do you see yourself going into kind of like the business field after your playing career ends?
Probably. And to be completely honest, I didn't know what I wanted to study, but I knew if I studied business, it'll open a lot of doors for me. So I took that path. And my brother also studied business. So it's kind of helped me make my decision. And once my career is over, once I can no longer play soccer, I guess we'll see. But
Yeah. Me
maybe
and
own a
Will are
soccer
both business
store.
majors. So
Okay. What's you like specialized or just
no,
It's kind of just like the default.
yeah,
Okay.
mine is like they just offer business administration. Like you can't really go like finance marketing. I guess you could take more classes in one, but it's only a 2-year program at Berkeley, so it's like kind of tougher to take a lot of specialized classes, but I've enjoyed it.
that's good?
Yeah. So wait, then what would be like, so if you weren't playing soccer, then I know like you were what then like would you want your job to be? Like what is like a dream job to be for you after your soccer career? Like do you have an idea of what you want to get into, or are you just kind of focused on the moment right now?
I think after my soccer career, I'd want to do something like for others' soccer career. So maybe be some sort of like agent or coach or something like that. My dad is a coach, so I've always had him to like look up to as a coach.
Has your dad ever been your coach?
Yeah, he was my coach at Andromeda.
For how long?
3 years.
3 years.
Oh,
Yeah. My dad coached me for like a bit. I don't know
while.
exactly. When I
like
was
4 or
younger,
5 years.
Yeah, I don't even remember. It was like when I was younger, like in middle school, maybe like 4, 5. Yeah, it's cool
my
though. It's
dad-
cool to have your dad.
My dad coached me and my brother. So
Okay, so
How
you
old's your
have
brother?
Yeah,
brother's 23.
Okay.
Oh,
Did he
24
play-
now actually.
Did he play in college or at any
He
level?
played just club and he played high school just at home. But then after that, he just kind of stopped playing, just focused on school.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
yeah. Also, in doing my research on you, I saw that it said you have traveled to Germany, Argentina, Costa Rica, Austria, and Italy for soccer.
Yeah.
What has been the favorite country that you've been to so far?
To play or just to visit?
Both.
Yeah, he's like, what give us first to play and then and then to visit.
I think to play would probably be Germany. Yeah, Germany has. It's also a completely different style of soccer. It's more physical soccer, more attacking soccer. But
More American.
yeah, actually more American.
So wait, when were you in Germany?
2017, I think.
And what brought you over to all these countries?
Just trying to play, just trying to find. Like, I've always wanted to play professionally, so I'd take up any opportunity I could. And
Oh, so they were like trial type things and not like a team tournament or whatever. Like your team didn't go over.
It was trials, but at the same time, I was too young to actually make a team. Like I couldn't stay there, so it was a trial, but it was a trial just to like get my name out there and see like if I had what it takes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Where were you in Germany? What clubs?
I trained with Darmstadt, Pirmasens, and it'll come to Elversberg. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The agent of Weston McKinney from Dallas, so he had this camp, and then I went to his camp, and then I kind of like kept talking to him. He allowed me to go there with him. So.
That's awesome.
Cool. All right, now favorite country that you've just visited?
Favorite country I've visited is probably England. I just love England since I was little, like watching the Prem, and then like growing up and actually getting to visit it, even though it doesn't have to do anything with soccer, like just visiting it, but knowing like you could turn the corner and see like a stadium in the middle of nowhere. Like, I love that about it.
Did you make it to Anfield?
English, so. Of course, yeah, twice.
Yeah, I went too. I went once.
Yeah. Have you gone since it's been
Yeah, I went in March of 2018. 2018, so I think. No, maybe no, sorry, 2019. 2019 I went.
Oh, okay.
The year they won the Champions League.
Okay, yeah.
And then I also went to Bayern Liverpool in Munich that same trip, which was amazing when they beat Munich 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. Great experience.
Do you watch at Bayern or?
At Bayern, yeah.
At the Allianz? Oh.
Yeah. Boy, Alphonso Davies hooked it up.
You know him?
We have a mutual friend. I'll say that. I don't know him. I've met him, but I don't like know him like that.
That's cool.
But I have met him, yeah, a couple times.
Yeah. So I also saw I seem like such a big stalker, but I just
where'd you find this? I just want to know.
You know,
Google your name, man. Google's got everything.
Search engine, yeah.
You gotta be careful what you put out there.
Yeah.
Everybody listening, you never know. You might come on our show in a couple of years to these young players, and we're gonna pull up your old tweets.
Yeah, that you got to watch out for your old tweets. That's where
those middle school tweets.
No. I probably have some on mine that I probably should go back and
double check.
But it was in an article I think it was an article that you did, and it's just said that a goal of yours to go play over in Germany. Is that like the end goal for you now, is to end up playing in Germany, or you just like want to see wherever the path takes you?
Wherever the path takes me. I think back then the one I felt was most likely going to happen was to play in Germany, because I didn't know like I would have the chance to play here in Spain. But if I were to change that goal, it would just be to play in Europe. So I'm halfway there.
So you got that, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was probably before he was in Spain, because Spain's not a bad option either to be in. I mean,
no, not at all.
I think Spanish football probably suits me better too.
Perfect then. Perfect. I guess I got one more question. Growing up in Dallas, there's a lot of players have come out of Dallas that are now like breaking into the U.S. national team and also over in Europe. What was it like there, like being around so much talent? Like, were you playing against a lot of these players that we're seeing now? Coverage.
I played DA for a couple of years, like I was saying, and we'd play against FC Dallas, which is where a lot of the players, like Brian Reynolds just signed with AS Roma, And I feel like a couple of days ago I was just playing against him in like Richland College or something. But it's crazy how things change. But yeah, I played against a lot of them. Johan Gomez,
Yeah.
FC Porto player, my best friend, one of my best friends. We played together for quite a few years and stayed in touch.
You
Yeah, there's so
Pereira as
many.
well, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I don't quite know him exactly, but I know him
No, yeah.
through playing a little bit.
Yeah.
Who
Oh, that's
else?
awesome.
I'm trying to think who else we had on.
Well, we had
Tanner Tessman. Do you know
Jonathan.
Tanner Tessman?
And yeah, I went to Argentina with Tanner, or
Okay.
either Argentina or Costa Rica, but we were playing with the ODP team, and I went with him.
Gotcha. What about Jonathan Gomez? Jogo, little Jogo.
Yeah, little Jogo used to be a little pain in the butt. I'd hang out with Johan, he'd hang out with me, but now he's crazy good. So
Yeah, he is.
yeah,
Very good.
He was, yeah. He's funny.
Yeah, he's a good
funny.
guy. He's a good guy.
So, Danny, do you ever play with any of those guys on your team, or were you just playing against them? Like, how are you friends with Johan?
when I was younger, I played for Solar, like a lot younger. Before the Solar, like, I'm talking about like I don't know, maybe 2010 or something. When we were babies. I played on the same team as Johan, and we were really good friends and stayed in touch ever since.
Awesome. Dude, are you guys gonna ever like link up over in either like is he gonna come visit you in Spain, or have you guys been talking about that? Go visit Portugal?
We talked about it maybe like 2 weeks ago. Like if we ever had time off, I'll go to him or he come to me.
That's kind of cool though, that you guys have that like connection over there where it's like you don't need to necessarily go all the way home to see the familiar face. So
Yeah.
How close are you guys? Because like obviously they border each other, but I don't really know where Madrid is in relation to Portugal.
Madrid is kind of like central Spain, and then where he lives, Porto, is like all the way on the water, like on the port. So it's about, I'd say, 6 hours by train. So it's not that close.
I would expect it to be closer, especially when you come from a place like Texas, where the state's like bigger than all of Europe combined, basically.
Yesterday, the team had like a team gathering, and we went to go play paintball, and we had to drive 45 minutes. And everyone thought it was like crazy far. I was like, 45 minutes is like me going to school or something. Like,
yeah.
in Texas, everything's far.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, and then the thing about Europe too is that you can take the train anywhere you want to.
Yeah.
Like that
Makes it way better.
Literally anywhere, but yeah.
The metro system's insane here. You can go anywhere.
Yeah, America's lacking on that for sure. I mean, it's too big though.
Yeah.
Way too big. Chuck, you got any other questions?
No, that's about it for me. You have any questions for us, Kaleem?
Thank you for having me.
Anything you want to shout out to the listeners about yourself?
Shout out.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. We enjoyed having you on, man.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's nice.
Of course.